Everybody, welcome. I'm Courtney McKenna. This is Zeal Levin, and we are here at South Bay TV. Woo, talking about music today. And you're a long-time local South Bay, correct?
I've been down here for 7 years.
Cool.
Yep, I first moved to Manhattan Beach.
Nice.
And started playing, and before that I'd actually been playing professionally through high school and college. And when I graduated from UC Santa Barbara, I ended up coming down to the South Bay.
Nice.
And starting to just play little gigs at first, around. I played at Shade Hotel in Manhattan Beach for a couple years, and Pitfire Pizza, and I was pretty much taking any gig.
Yeah.
And then just slowly started to keep building my way up, and recorded and released an original record at Studio 637. And
awesome. It's
been a lot of fun from there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And you have a new record coming out.
I do. So I'm actually working on a couple records. I have a kids band I founded and I play with called Burrito Boogie.
I love that name.
Thank you, thank you. And that's music for kids of all ages. So Donnie the Hippo and Stand Tall Like a Tree are out everywhere on Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, anywhere you might stream or download music.
Those are singles or albums?
They're singles, and then the whole album, which is a self-titled album, it's called Burrito Boogie by Burrito Boogie, and that'll be out on October 12th.
Amazing.
Yeah, super excited, and hope everybody goes and checks it out.
October 12th. All right. Can you tell us a little about the inspiration behind this new project?
Yeah, I have two little sisters.
Cool.
And they're just two wonderful girls, and I've taught music to kids of all ages for a long time, and people have always said you need to put out a kids record, you need to do that, and I always said yeah, that would be cool, but didn't do it.
Yeah. So
I decided now 2 years ago, I think maybe 3. I got together with a group of studio musicians on my birthday.
Cool.
And we went to Studio 637 in Hermosa Beach, and we
Sounds
recorded.
Like a good birthday.
Yeah, we recorded a 9-song album.
Did you already have the songs written?
I had most of the songs figured out. Okay. It's a thematic album.
Okay.
So it goes from like Rise and Sparkle all the way through A Day.
Cool.
And then it ends with Nighty Night. So it's kind of like meant to be just a fun record that you can put on any time.
Yeah.
And it was mixed over there by Alex Lockwood, my good friend at Studio 637, and
awesome.
I'm really excited to share that one with the world.
Cool. Who else are the players you have on that
Nick Hughes
track?
is on the drums.
Okay.
And he's played with the Kevin Sousa band, who I play with, and he's currently the touring drummer with Bush and recording with them.
Okay, cool.
And then Steve Aguilar is playing keyboards on that, and it's a vintage Fender Rhodes that sounds beautiful, one of my favorites.
They've got that in the studio down there?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
And then Derek Elliott, who I've been playing with for a long time. He's my bass player, and he's just an amazing human. He's on the bass.
Cool.
Yeah, and then I'm guitar and vocals on the record.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. What else? What are some of the other track titles?
So some of the other titles, we have one called Noon Nap that you could probably figure out. It's very chill. And we have Zeal's Blues, which is kind of like a funky Santana kind of rock blues.
Nice.
And then we have a song called Sisters I wrote for my sisters.
Cute.
And that's like a funky, upbeat groove track to dance to.
Very
so there's
cool.
something for everybody.
Yeah.
And then I'm working on my band stuff too, so I'll have that coming out pretty soon as well.
So I heard you mention funk twice for the Burrito Boogie. What does your main project sound like, the band?
My main project is definitely very funky. It's funk music, and then also we do some reggae. I'm inspired by so much music and so many musicians from all over the world, everything from Afro-Cuban to classical to punk rock. I love reggae, and so I try to take those things and blend into like a unique thing that's not so much like I'm having to stay in one lane or within one genre, but more cohesive kind of to who I am, and that's someone who loves a lot of different styles.
Yeah, I love that.
And
don't want to be put in a box.
That's right. And that project's called Triple Bueno.
Triple Bueno.
Yeah, and we've been gigging now for a few years and working on the record right now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you guys playing out anytime soon?
Actually, we are. We're playing the Manhattan Beach Hometown Fair.
Okay, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's going to be really
cool.
fun. We're on the South Stage, and we're headlining from 4 to 5:30.
Okay.
And I've got an amazing lineup on that. My good friend Barry Chenault is on the drums, and he played with Parliament Funkadelic in the 90s. Amazing drummer. My buddy Mick Linden will be playing bass because Derek's on tour right now with another artist he plays with. And then Steve Aguilar will be on the keys on that one.
Cool.
Yeah.
And what was the day? I know you said 4:30
That's
to
Sunday,
5.
October 3rd. And that's 4 to 5:30.
So that is this Sunday.
Yeah, it's coming right up.
All right. Yeah.
And we'll be sounding good as long as we have a rehearsal. You know?
Yeah, gotta get those practices in.
Yes.
But I feel like even as much as we practice, I feel like it all comes down to just like feeling it and being with your people and on stage and grooving with the audience. And
yeah, I agree. You have to be present in the moment, and really for me, it's all about the people. For me, the people, they are and they always will be more important than the music, because without the people, the music's nothing. Yeah. That's what it's about. We play it for everyone out there who tunes in and who supports, and we are lucky enough to play with people we love, right, and who inspire us to get better, and that's really where it is for me. And I'm just grateful. We got a wonderful community here in the South Bay.
Totally.
Yeah.
Cool. What's your favorite song to play with your funk band?
Whew. That's a good question. Yeah. Well, I have a brand new song called Socks.
Okay.
Cool. That's very funky. And, it has some nice things to say about my beautiful wife. We just got married.
Yeah,
so
congratulations.
thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was special. So I think right now Socks is probably my favorite. And then one of the crowd favorites is called Tika's Groove.
Okay.
And that's like just super funky, kind of minimalist funk, I
like that.
Leave some spaces for you to fill in on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably a good groove to dance to.
That's the goal.
Yeah. Awesome. And so you are playing with Kevin Sousa's band right now.
Yes.
And you have your own project, 2 of your own projects.
Yes.
What else are you working on these days?
Well, if I wasn't busy enough already.
Yeah, exactly. I have a feeling there's more that you
There is, yeah. Well, I also perform solo.
Yep.
And so I'm starting back up.
Your acoustic stuff, yep.
I'm starting back up my Thursday night residency at Waterman's.
Oh, cool.
So I'm there 7 to 9 every Thursday.
Okay.
And they've always treated me like family, and it's just a great local spot, and I'm really humbled to be there playing.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of originals there, but I also do twists on cover songs, and try to put a different kind of flavor on something you might have heard before and loved.
Yeah.
But in a new way.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then I also, throughout the pandemic, I took a lot of time to study music business and get more educated about how we collect our royalties as artists.
We were just talking about that.
And I actually founded my own publishing company.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Look at you,
That's,
just on a roll.
It's called Lemon Teal Records.
Cool.
And I've been I published the Burrito Boogie album on that publishing company.
Nice.
And I'll be putting my new stuff out on that. So doing that and then teaching music as well, just to top it all off.
Yeah.
Full schedule.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's really fun.
What are some of the covers that you like to play on your solo Thursday night?
That's a good question. I love Bob Marley.
Cool.
I love doing some of the deeper cuts, like Satisfy My Soul. Not a lot of people play that one. And then I'll do a twist like my wife Kat loves. I do like When I Come Around, but reggae style.
Okay.
Like kind of like with a little feel to it, it's different. And then I also do a twist on Hurt by Johnny Cash.
Ooh, I actually don't know that song.
Oh, it's really good. It's actually a 9 Inch Nails cover.
Okay.
And he covered it towards the end of his life. It's super heavy. Wow. But I do kind of like a reimagined version of it. So cool. I just like to have fun and take chances, you know, and make people smile. Yeah. And of course I take requests, unless it's Freebird.
That's the one.
Then it costs $100.
$150. No.
Yeah. $200. No.
Cool. And the request game can be a dangerous game, but I mean, you must. I
think just
got a pretty deep.
Yeah, I know a lot of songs, but I think as a performer too, I've found that it's okay to say, hey, I don't know that one, or I don't do that one, but I can play something similar, or do you have another request? Because I think as long as you're trying to make people happy, I mean, that's why we're there, and that's why we play. Yeah. So you don't want to just like be mean to anyone, of course, but there's certain things maybe that aren't my thing as an artist or aren't your thing, and no one says we have to do those things,
True.
you know?
True. Yeah. What's the wildest request that you've ever gotten?
Oh man, it's not appropriate for TV actually.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, it's
Moving on.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kind of going off the question track over here.
That's all right.
Cool. Yeah, so you've been playing music for quite a while now. How did you first get into it?
Oh, I just always loved music. When I was little, I was lucky to have music in my public school, and so I played recorder when I was little, and then I played trumpet in middle school. Yeah, and my dad always played me a lot of like Santana and Bob Marley and Stevie Ray Vaughan, so I really loved music. And then in 4th grade, I had a steel drum teacher come in and teach our class steel drums, and on recess he would let me play the drum set.
Nice.
And I just loved it, and I begged my mom for a drum set, and she said, "No way,
she didn't want to hear that.
You're not getting a drum set." and I said, "Okay, well." She said, "But you can have a guitar if you practice." I said, "Okay, please, I'll do anything."
Nice.
And it kind of went from there. And then I started a band in middle school, and we were horrible, and we had a lot of fun. And then started getting our first paid gig in high school.
That's great.
Yeah, and just kept doing it. And then I started working production on a music camp for adults called Jazz Camp West.
Okay.
And that's up in La Honda, California, up north. And there I learned a lot more about production and setting up stages and like drum sets and everything. And then also I got to study a lot of different instruments there. So I strengthened my knowledge of like playing bass and drums and Afro-Cuban percussion.
Wow.
And so that I can like write music and envision the parts, like, and kind of as a finalized thing.
Not just the singer-songwriter. I mean, not saying that that's just it.
We all get stuck though in what we know, and taking some of those things, like those different rhythms, and putting them on guitar has been it's been cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Nice. Yeah. So how many instruments do you play now? Sounds like you've got.
Like officially, like I really mainly play guitar and sing, but I also play bass. I play drums. I play percussion.
Nice.
I play piano, and then, I could make really awful noises on trumpet, but I gave up. It was too hard.
Yeah.
And I have an amazing trumpet player who I play with.
Oh, cool.
His name is Michael Fortunato. And he's just an incredible musician, and he's been writing and arranging horn parts on my new record for Triple Bueno.
Very cool.
And played on my debut album, Sending Fire. So I think I'm good on the trumpet. I'll let go of that one. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Sending Fire. That you said that was your first album?
Yes.
Okay.
I put that record out in 2016, end of 2016.
Cool.
And I recorded that at Studio 637.
Nice.
And I was really super blessed to work with the late great Dave Aaron. Dave Dizzle, rest in peace. And he taught me so much. He worked with Prince. He worked with Sublime on their record Sublime. He actually programmed the drum and bass loop on What I Got.
Wow.
And then he worked with Snoop Dogg for 20 years, doing Snoop's Front of House and recording with him. Yeah, so I got to work with Dave, and he taught me a ton about recording and mixing, and really expanded how I thought about music too, in terms of writing, because I started writing more as a producer, even though I'd been doing that already.
Yeah.
And my good friend Gil Lopez played drums on that record. Jack Kessel's on the keyboards on that one, and then Mike's on the horns. And my friend Jesslyn Brundy was on the background vocals on a couple tracks, and it was a really great record. I was very proud of it, and I learned a lot. I think anytime you do a first record yourself, and it was self-produced, there's a lot of learning that happens.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm working on right now.
Yes,
Yes.
But it's good, and I think like the more we can be honest with ourselves and where we're at, and putting that out there, I think it's helped me grow for sure.
Cool. I can't wait to check it out.
Thank you. Yeah, I think you'll like it. It's kind of like a pop funk kind of record.
I like that.
Yeah.
Just keeping the vibes going. That's
Exactly.
Can't ask for anything more than that.
That's right.
Very cool.
Yeah, and that's given me some great opportunities too. I mean, through that I was able to compete on the Battle of the Bands and play the beach concerts.
Okay.
In 2016.
Amazing.
And then I got to play on the Kaboo Festival with my band in 2017.
Where's that?
That's down in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at the at Del Mar racetrack, and that was
Cool.
just spectacular.
It's a big
and
space.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. And then I've just kind of since then I've really been gigging a lot solo and some stuff with the band, but then also really working on these recordings. Yeah.
Cool. Burrito Boogie, I can't wait.
Yes, you're gonna like it. It's fun, you know.
Yeah.
Kids of all ages.
Yeah, and I can relate to that. Cool. Do you see? You said you're working with some younger bands now too, like. Or
Yeah, I started doing some teaching over at Coast Music, and I've always loved sharing knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all go through life and we learn things right from different people, and I've just had some amazing teachers throughout my life on multiple instruments.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin Keys on guitar, Mimi Fox on guitar, Terrence Brewer. My good friend John Santos on the percussion, and Dave Flores on drums. And
Cool.
so it's just kind of natural that, like, working with the kids, it really takes me back, and Coast Music is so awesome. They've been doing a really great job for years.
Yeah.
And I came on board this summer because a couple of my private students were in the band program there.
Okay.
And they needed a sub, so I came in and taught, and they really liked my style and everything. And
Cool.
so now I'm directing 6 bands over there.
It's a lot of bands. to
Yes,
be
it is,
directing.
but it's really fun.
That's so
and
cool.
It's pushing me to be a better musician, to learn more songs, get better at learning things by ear, and utilizing all the tools we have now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I could spend 3 hours trying to learn the drum part to American Idiot, or I could just go on YouTube, which I did, and watch a tutorial
And it's right there
on how to
for you.
play it, and
Yeah.
it's slowed down, and I can get all the parts, and then that helps me teach. So I think I've also been getting smarter in my old age. You know?
Utilizing that wisdom of the internet.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
It's there, you know.
Yeah,
so I tell
yeah,
my students,
absolutely.
like, use it, you know.
Yeah.
Slow the track down and play it slower and lock it in.
Cool. Are they writing their own stuff, or is it mostly?
Not yet.
Okay.
But that is something I love to do with my kids' bands, and we'll see if that happens this session, you know.
Cool.
It's all about kind of where everyone's at in their
Yeah.
journey.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, and just being supportive is really cool. And you know, I tell my students there's no judgment, no comparison. Like, it's a place where we can go and just express ourselves, and we're gonna make mistakes, but that's part of life.
Yeah. Absolutely. Some good advice. I mean,
I hope so.
I was going to ask you, you know, if you could give one piece of advice to other musicians in the South Bay, like, what would it be?
Just don't give up. Just keep making music, keep putting it out, keep playing live, whether you're playing for one person, 0 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, and just keep pushing yourself to get better. And also be kind to yourself, because as artists, I know we're really hard on ourselves. And I have music sitting on my hard drive that will probably never get released. Like full produced videos that no one's ever going to see.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just, that's part of the growth. And I think you need a healthy dose of that. Like, to be critical and to push yourself and not just settle. But also, I think just you got to keep going. You know, and the ones who are successful are the people who don't give up.
Yeah.
Just who keep doing it, and then, you know, 10 years later they're an overnight success.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh, cool. Well, I know it always, like, that's when you hear about it, right? When it just, like, starts taking off.
Totally.
But we hear about the journey that, like, leads up to it.
And that's in the documentary later, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And we all learn things along the way, like how to get our live sound better, and how to get our best instrument possible and get it in good working order, and then how to, like, write better songs and what we want to write, right? Because everyone's different, and I know that, like, I don't write songs like everybody else.
Yeah.
And that's cool, you know. And I'm already successful. Like, I'm already a winner. I'm already doing what I love. I got a beautiful wife. I live by the beach.
What more could you want? Yeah.
Exactly. And even though I'm far from my hometown of Oakland, California, it's beautiful down here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm really grateful. And so I think with that attitude, it's easier to just keep going, even when sometimes you're loading a lot of gear, or you're working a 12-hour day, or whatever it is, doing an event. You know, it pays off, because people smile, and even people who you maybe met once, like we only met one time, you know, you reached out to me to help showcase my music, and that really means a lot more than you know.
Cool. Well, thank you for coming on the show today, and
thank you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to chat with you more.
Likewise.
This one's called We All Are the Same. We all are the same at the end of the day. No matter what you say, it's in our DNA. Oh, we all are the same. Oh, at the end of the day, no matter what you say, it's in our DNA. Oh yeah, let's talk about love. Oh, let's talk about peace. No more brothers and sisters killed in the streets. Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about good. Oh, let's talk about change. Yeah, making life better for everybody and rearrange. 'Cause we all are the same. Oh, at the end of the day, no matter what you say, it's in our DNA. Oh, we all are the same. We all are the same. Yeah, at the end of the day. Whoa. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about peace. Yeah. No more brothers and sisters killed in the streets. Oh yeah, let's talk about peace. Oh, let's talk about good. Oh, making life better for everybody, 'cause we could. You know we are the same. Oh, the end of the day, no matter what you say, it's in our DNA. Yeah. This next part's a little sing-along. You can sing if you want to. It goes a little something like this. Check it out. It goes, ooh, 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 ooh. Your turn. Ooh, 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 yeah. Ooh, 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 yeah. One more time. Ooh, 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 ooh. End of the day.